Karamoja region is a semi-arid area located in the northeastern Uganda, administratively divided into 7 districts: Kabong, Abim, Kotido, Amudat, Moroto, Nakapiripirit and Napak, with an estimated population of over 1.2 million, with about 70% residing in rural areas. In terms of economic activity, the region depends on cattle keeping, mining and trading in agricultural produce with neighboring districts. Gold mining in Rupa, Achera, in Nakapiripirit, Amudat, gemstones, gypsum, uranium, graphite, iron ore, wolfram, copper are among the over 50 minerals that Karamoja region is endowed with. However, extraction of these minerals is rudimentary, that does not only fetch little or nothing to miners, but also a death trap, as many lives are risked. Helen Latam, an artisanal miner, expressed concern over injuries they suffer as a result of using rudimentary tools. Ecological Christian Organization ECO, whose activities towards advocacy started way back in 2007 with support from Democratic Governance Facility in conjunction with local partners in Karamoja region, have been empowering mining communities through formation of district mineral watch platforms to ensure safety, protection of human rights of both small-scale and artisanal miners. Ugandan legislation prohibits the employment of children under the age of 12. National labor law prohibits the involvement of children 12 to 13 in any employment except for light work carried out under the supervision of an adult aged over 18 that does not affect the child's education. John Lotiang, Moroto District National Resource Officer, revealed that they are still tackling child labor in mining communities amidst exploitation of artisanal miners by the mining companies.
The children are still being used in these gold mines. Of course, there was an issue of mercury, but I think that one we stopped it. We reacted and we acted and we told them not to use it. And those people actually who brought the mercury were from across. They were from Kenya.
Dean Raphael Lotuke, Program Officer, Karamoja Mining Governance, KMG, says that mining communities have been empowered through formation of mining associations to address the challenge of exploitation.
We are also encouraging government to register to ensure that who are these middle people who are buying gold, because they are evading taxes. Most sub-counties are not getting royalties because they are not tracking who is the dealer of gold. Who are these people? If that is put into action, I believe these sub-counties will be getting royalties in terms of revenue to support what they get from central government or local government.
We have to create awareness, sensitize people to know those rights of theirs. If you know a right to royalty, you should receive royalties concerning your land. But do you know how to get those royalties? It is still a very big challenge. And these communities are rural, they are remote. Linking or channeling these people from where they operate from to national level, even how to get their royalties, you find it's a problem.
However, Lotuke warns of deadly effects of using dangerous chemicals in mining, which are not only dangerous to the environment, but also lives.
When you see the human health, a lot of scars in the hands, the legs have a lot of wounds and everything. That's what we need as partners or NGOs to discourage people from using. And of course, we should also track that who are these suppliers, so that we engage government to ensure that these people are taken into books of law.
According to Kabongo Isaac, the Executive Director, Ecological Christian Organization, the Mining Act of 2001 excludes the artisanal and small-scale miners. However, the Mining Policy and Mineral Bills 2009 caters for all categories of miners that widens the tax base of government in this area.
artisanal and small-scale miners are taken to be illegal, and therefore they are not recognized as legal entities or groups within the legal framework, and that has criminalized the operations. And therefore, as government and the government has tried to really lose a lot of revenue in this area, and I believe that government need to put in a lot to make sure that as we formalize the small and small-scale miners, the operations of small and small-scale miners, this is also an area where we shall be able to attract a lot of support, not only in terms of what we civil society we can be able to do, but also in terms of revenue, because these people will be able to pay taxes once they are organized. They will be able to respond to the environmental challenges in the areas where they work. They can also be able to work on issues of their safety.
Isaac adds that the disbarment exercise has paved way for peace and stability, though the region's tourism potential still lags behind amidst the improved infrastructure.
We also want to recognize and take the fact that tourism is also a very good potential for us. And as we get support from Democratic Governance Facility, we believe that our next support and interventions, we should be able to have program activities within this area of tourism. Because when you look at the economic development of the region, as per now, Karamoja lags behind. And for us, we believe that our partners should be able to support us to promote activities that can create economic development within the area. And we believe that when you look at tourism, has a lot of untapped potential.
The mining activities are leaving long-lasting impact on the environment that have not only been a death trap for people but also animals, with deep open pits left behind by miners. A case in point, Somalia in Amudat.
This side and this side, we make it to be straight. But sometimes these animals of this Wapokot here, they just come, they leave the animals alone there, they just go to the center. And then this grass here, the animal cannot know that there is a pit there.
When we go down, we know there are risks. We don't go here and say we are safe. That's why we use some ladders, we get the poles and put them there so that we don't hurt ourselves.
We are really interested in making sure that we work with relevant government agencies and parastatals to make a follow-up on that issue, because you will find that restoration of such a degraded area costs a lot of resources in terms of being able to bring it to its former, I would say, to restore it basically. It requires a lot of resources. And such resources, as civil society, we may not be able to have them. But private sector, since they are making business, and this is a business activity, government has been able to compel the investors or the companies through the policy to reserve some resources for the restoration of such degraded areas.
Ariong Deborah, the Natural Resources Officer, says that the Ecological Christian Organization and Democratic Governance Facility has largely involved both the artisanal and small-scale miners, especially on the mining policy and minerals bill.
Ecological Christian Organization is one of the civil societies that has been at the forefront in this sector, ensuring that the community is empowered, the community knows their rights, issues of environment are clearly brought up, and even to the extent of taking some of these miners to exchange visits. I remember miners were picked from as far as Rupa and taken to Arusha to see how people mine the Tanzanite. Trust you me, by the time they came, that is how people who formed the Rukodet got empowered, because they saw what worked well in Arusha and they came and replicated it here.
We didn't know a procedure of how these royalties are acquired, Then, how can you address challenges in the mining sector like exploitation, gender-based violence? Because the violence was too much. You find rape cases, community versus lodders, communities alone. So you find we had that mixed up community. So now, when ECO came in 2014, we were formalized. And we organized an association called Tapache Miners Association. In fact, we went on a well. They started building this community. We had 34 groups. We were formed in groups under one umbrella, that is the Miners Association. Then things went on. We saw changes. Very many organizations now came in to support the community organization.
Vincent Keddy, Principal Engineer, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, faulted the current Mining Act over protection of human rights, mineral value addition and environmental protection. Therefore, the Minerals Bill 2009 will address such challenges.
The mandate of my ministry is to establish, promote the development, strategically manage and safeguard the rational and sustainable exploitation and utilization of energy and mineral resources for social and economic development. This is the basis of our efforts as we formulate and implement policy, strive to create a conducive investment climate, ensure that mining activities are undertaken in a manner that ensures equitable access to benefits for all. My ministry's priority is to harness energy and mineral resources for employment creation, value addition, industrialization, and local content development.
Peter Lokeris, State Minister for Energy and Mineral Development, says that insecurity in Karamoja region hindered earlier plans for geological, geochemical, and geophysical surveys.
They had been doing other aerial surveys and mappings before, even by the Basungu. But the spaces they did were very wide. Now we have said, when they wanted, they were carrying out the aerial survey of other places. In fact, the area, Karamoja was included. When they came to execute it, they found there were very many guns here. And somebody walking around would just shoot the vehicle, the plane, because they move, they fly very low altitude. So if they came to be there, they refused. And we say, you leave until the area is calm, like it is now. We are looking for money to fly it, and then we make the ZPSs of flying. The line is very, very narrow, so that we look at what is underneath of this place.
Okech Basil, a member of Molemo Gold Mining Association in Abim District, applauded the support from Ecological Christian Organization and Democratic Governance Facility has enabled MGMA to acquire licenses.
Amongst the structures that Ecological Christian Organization, our partner, have been working with closely, of course we have the lead partner, which is the District Mineral Watch platform that they formed. Some of us are also members from the mining association. There are some members who belong to the District Mineral Watch platform. These ones have been supporting the group also in like coming to monitor, also sometimes to link up the group to other organizations like the GIZ Civil Peace Service, just to combine efforts and see how best the local mining association can be supported.
The other thing that we want to thank ECO for is for the several times that they have sent teams to us to come and visit the sites, do on-site trainings, on-site sensitization of mining communities, talking to them about the human rights in the mining sector, issues of gender, issues of health and safety, issues of child labor, and then also enabling them to know things to do with the royalties, surface rights.
The other thing also that Ecological Christian Organization has been supporting us is mainstreaming the gender, women issues, the children's, both rights of children. If you visit this site now, you see what happened. There are young girls doing mining. We try to talk to them, but unfortunately some of them are child-aided family members. So they have to work in order to feed the members of the family. So we have tried to join hands and also talk to these children on the dangers of coming to mine and the importance of going back to school, just for their kind of future development and also to make them stronger in the near future.
Uganda is set to borrow over 20.6 million euros, about 84 billion shillings from the Corporate Internationalization Fund of Spain, approved by Cabinet for the implementation of the Airborne Geophysical Survey and Mapping of Karamoja project. Stakeholders expect this exercise to attract potential investors in the mining sector.